Hello, welcome back to the Investor.Exchange AGM Zoom course with Mark Laudi. So let's talk about what you should wear for your AGM. Now, to some extent, this might sound self-explanatory, but as we investigate some of the things to consider, you might like to have another look at your wardrobe. So first of all, of course, as chairman, chief executive, a chief financial officer, or any other role that you might play on camera in the AGM, you want to look the part. Now, generally that means, for ladies, that you should wear something that's professional and projects the image that you want to project. A jacket is usually a good idea because it allows for easier clipping of the microphone. For the men, it's much easier, suit and tie, and there's lots of places that you can clip a mic to. But think a little bit about what sort of image you want to project for your company. Clearly, you probably don't want to sit there in t-shirt and jeans. But I have this question a lot from people who say, Mark Zuckerberg from Facebook, Meta, often appears in his own jeans and t-shirt outfit. Should we have something similar? Well, again, it depends on the image you want to project. Maybe you have a standard issue uniform that you would like to wear to the AGM. Whatever it happens to be, you want to make sure that you give it some thought. Also, avoid specific colors like the bright primary colors. Avoid pink, avoid something that's too garish or too glarish. White is actually also sometimes a problem because in the lights it reflects a great deal. If you are going to wear a white shirt, ideally a dark jacket over the top of it. Your tie should ideally also be plain with not too many dots, stripes, or other effects that distract the viewer from what you are there to talk about. For the same reason, jewelry is ideally also kept to a minimum. Please no big bangly earrings or big brooches or other jewelry that once again catch the light and distract viewers from what you have to say. There are other things to consider. For example, the background. Now, you can see in the background that I have here that it is a background that we have designed with purpose. Right? So you can see, for example, over here, I have a clapper board to communicate that this is, in fact, a TV studio. And also further over my shoulder, you can see that my old television poster is hanging up there along with some of my certificates. Right? So again, I've given that some thought. It's not designed to be Hollywood, but at least to complement what it is that you're trying to do on screen. Of course, you also have the option of setting up certain virtual backgrounds. This is a bit of a mixed blessing because, yes, to some extent, you can set up a background like so. You click here on video, choose virtual background. Right, so some of these backgrounds are kind of cool and often used. Right, like so. You probably have seen this one. This is probably one of the worst ones to add is the beach ones because, first of all, you're doing the AGM, you're not sitting at the beach. Plus, it's so incredibly windy in this shot that you've got to ask yourself, are we actually there to watch the AGM or are we watching the wind blow? Right? So you can actually very easily add your own image or perhaps even a video. I would discourage videos. It's simply too busy, too distracting. An image might work well if you have an image that you want to add your logo to. That's usually a lot better than having a standee behind you with your logo. But use sparingly, right? Because you want to make sure that you come across as entirely professional and it's not really about the background, it's about the foreground and how you look. For us here in our studio in Robinson Road, we of course have a fantastic background that we can share with you. As Chairman and Chief Executive, you can sit here right in front of the live shot of Raffles Place, not a virtual background. It really places you in the heart of the Central Business District in Singapore. So we've covered the foreground, we've covered the background, we've talked about the technical angles and the technology. Oh, hybrid. What if you're having stakeholders appear not just on Zoom, but also physically in the room for you? There are some further learnings that you need to adopt for your Investor Exchange Zoom AGM, and we'll cover that in the next episode.